Cleveland Browns fans, buckle up, because drama is brewing in Berea like never before. From shocking arrests to a quarterback competition that's splitting opinions, the pressure is mounting fast. And while the front office insists all is well, behind the scenes, it's a storm waiting to explode. So what's really happening with Andrew Berry, Kevin Stefanski, and the Browns' bold quarterback gamble? Stay tuned because we're about to unpack it all. The Cleveland Browns have publicly maintained that neither their general manager, Andrew Berry, nor head coach Kevin Stefanski are under immediate pressure this season, claiming that job security isn't riding on this year's results. But if you listen closely behind those carefully worded assurances, the reality feels far more unstable. The franchise is walking a tightrope, and recent events have only made the wire thinner. At the heart of the uncertainty is a quarterback race grabbing headlines. Veteran arms like Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett are surging ahead, while the highly anticipated rookie class stumbles. The situation took a grim turn this past weekend when second-round pick Quinnshan Judkins was arrested before even signing his rookie contract. With the legal situation still unfolding, the optics of this incident have placed a fresh, harsh spotlight on Andrew Berry's evaluation decisions. This incident isn't isolated. Lingering doubts about last year's draft class and the Browns' still unresolved hunt for a true franchise quarterback are fueling tension. The quarterback conversation has now shifted toward veteran reliability. As former Browns reporter Zach Jackson recently pointed out, whether this rookie class succeeds could ultimately determine the future of the current front office. Shedeur, Sanders, and Dillon Gabriel were brought in to push for backup roles, but early signs suggest that Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett are the frontrunners for opening day. Sanders, despite a strong college resume and flashes of brilliance, is suddenly battling just to make the final roster, let alone challenge for a starting job. CBC sports analyst Aditi Kinkabwala summed it up brutally, noting that throwing these young quarterbacks in too soon would be a recipe for disaster. In Berea, experience has now become the priority. Head coach Kevin Stefanski has acknowledged Sanders' great attitude, but made it clear that he isn't ready to start from week one. Dillon Gabriel has emerged as the likely backup in waiting, but no one in the building seems to believe he's the long-term answer either. The emphasis on veteran leadership reflects the growing unease surrounding the team's rookie investments. Judkins' arrest has only intensified the pressure, not just on the player, but on the entire Browns organization. It followed news that former linebacker Devin Bush is also facing legal problems, further compounding the off-field drama. As Zach Jackson bluntly stated, the optics here are terrible. It's not just one issue. It's a string of crises that threaten to unravel the culture Cleveland has tried to build. Veteran NFL analyst Tony Grossi didn't hold back, criticizing Berry's recent draft decisions and labeling Dillon Gabriel as, at best, a future backup or a trade piece by his third season. A harsh assessment considering the rookie hasn't played a snap in Cleveland colors. Former NFL wide receiver Cecil Shorts III also questioned the team's failure to draft Shedeur Sanders earlier, suggesting they may have missed out on a franchise-changing opportunity. What makes this situation even tougher for the Browns is that it isn't just a case of one bad pick or one off-field issue. The franchise made a deliberate high-stakes gamble on a rookie class they hoped would shape their future. So far, that bet has not paid off. As veteran quarterbacks solidify their positions and rookies falter, the organization faces a harsh reality. This group of young prospects will either sink or swim, and there's little room for middle ground. As training camp looms, tension within the Browns camp is rising. Sanders, who entered the offseason with promise, is now slipping down the depth chart. Meanwhile, every misstep, both on and off the field, is drawing amplified media attention and fan criticism. For a franchise desperate to reposition itself among the league's elite, every decision matters more than ever. Behind the scenes, the leadership group is reportedly bracing for the inevitable fallout. They know they have to reassure owners, players, and fans alike that this season is different, even as early signs suggest otherwise. With draft mistakes piling up and a questionable quarterback duo leading them into a punishing schedule, tough questions await. Will the veterans provide enough security? Can Kevin Stefanski hold together a locker room filled with fractured hopes and clashing ambitions? As Cleveland heads into training camp, the Browns outwardly remain confident, but make no mistake, beneath the surface, the undercurrents of unrest are undeniable. This isn't just about bold decisions or aggressive trades. It's about salvaging faith in a front office vision that feels shakier by the day. Get ready, because chaos is exploding inside Cleveland, and the Browns organization just made a move that's sending shockwaves across the entire NFL. The franchise that's known for dysfunction is back in the headlines, and this time it involves two of their most talked-about young stars, Shedeur and Quinnshan Judkins. This is a story you don't want to miss, so buckle up, because what's happening in Cleveland right now is absolutely wild. Since their return to the league in 1999, the Cleveland Browns have carried a reputation as one of the NFL's most unstable franchises. Can you believe that in all those years, they've only managed 4 winning seasons? It feels almost unreal. Now fast forward to the 2023 to 2024 season, when they somehow defied the odds and clinched a playoff spot with an impressive 11-6 record. But with everything unraveling at the moment, that postseason success feels like a lifetime ago. The organization has spiraled right back into chaos, and it seems like the drama just won't stop. At the heart of this disaster is their 5-year, $230 million guaranteed quarterback, Deshaun Watson, who's been nothing short of a disappointment over the past 3 seasons. The Browns took a gamble, and let's be honest, it's not paying off, but the trouble didn't stop there. In the most recent NFL draft, Cleveland selected 2 highly anticipated prospects, Shedeur and Quinshon Judkins. Unfortunately for the Browns, both young players have already landed themselves in legal trouble, adding another layer of dysfunction to a team that simply can't seem to catch a break. Shedeur, a name buzzing with potential, found himself on the wrong side of the law for multiple speeding violations, while Quinshon Judkins has been arrested in connection with a serious domestic violence case. It's a shocking and frankly embarrassing situation for a team desperately trying to rebuild its reputation. And just to make matters worse, Cleveland still doesn't have a confirmed starting quarterback for Week 1 of the upcoming season. Can you believe it? A franchise with so many resources, yet no leader under center as the new campaign looms. Now let's talk about the latest breaking development. On Saturday, July 12th, down in Fort Lauderdale, Quinshon Judkins was taken into custody on charges of domestic violence and battery. This came after a police report was filed 5 days earlier, detailing an incident that occurred on July 7th. According to law enforcement, Judkins allegedly assaulted his partner and was later released from Broward County Jail after posting a $2,500 bond. The news has rocked the Browns community and NFL insiders alike. This arrest could seriously derail Judkins' future in Cleveland. At one time, the young running back was pegged to be a key piece of the Browns' offense, potentially stepping into a starting role. Now that dream hangs in the balance. To make things even more complicated, Judkins, a standout product from Ohio State, has yet to sign his rookie contract. Negotiations for what was expected to be a 4-year deal worth around $11.4 million are now on shaky ground, and this legal trouble could impact both his immediate future and long-term career. Sports reporter Zach Jackson from The Athletic recently appeared on The Ken Carman Show with Anthony Lima on 92.3 The Fan to weigh in on the situation. Jackson stated that Judkins' contract status is now officially in limbo and that the rookie could miss valuable training camp time for a number of reasons. In situations like this, the NFL typically launches an investigation immediately, which only adds to the uncertainty surrounding his status. Now here's what everyone's waiting to see. This coming Friday marks the official report date for Browns rookies to training camp. All eyes will be on Berea to see whether Quinshon Judkins shows up, if any statements are made by the team, and how Cleveland plans to move forward amidst this storm of controversy. Will they cut ties with the troubled rookie? Will they try to salvage his career? Or will this be yet another chapter in the long, turbulent saga of the Cleveland Browns? One thing's for certain, Browns fans are exhausted, and the NFL world is watching closely. Because when it comes to Cleveland, anything can happen, and usually it does. So if you thought the drama was over in Ohio, think again. And that's it for today's video, folks. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay ahead of every twist and turn in the NFL, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. The Browns saga is far from over, and you better believe we'll be covering every second of it. Until next time, stay tuned and stay football crazy.